What's up, Chem fam? This is Lit Chemistry, where theory meets excitement and concepts spark with clarity. Today, we are going to learn one of the most important concepts in chemistry, balancing redox reactions in acid medium. So, what is redox? Redox means reduction plus oxidation happening together. Now, let's take oxidation means loss of electrons. This is the very important thing. And reduction means gain of electrons. So let's take an example. Fe2 plus Ce4 plus gives rise to Fe3 plus Ce3 plus. So now in this example, Fe2 plus loses an electron, so it becomes oxidized because loss of electrons is oxidation. And Ce4 plus gains an electron, so it becomes reduced because gain of electrons is reduction. So it always has the opposite vibe. Many students think oxidation means adding oxygen or adding power. For example, plus 2 becomes plus 3. No, that's not the concept. But in redox chemistry, it is the opposite vibe. If something loses electrons, we can call it oxidation. Think of electrons like mobile battery. If your mobile loses battery, it gets oxidized. Same way, atoms losing electrons is called oxidation. Or some students remember like this as oxidation is like losing marks in an exam. Electrons go away. Reduction is like gaining snacks. Electrons come in. So we can remember like this also. So let's start. We have two examples of redox reactions. I'll write it here. Examples of redox reactions. Number one, we have more salt versus K2Cr2O7, and we have oxalic acid versus KMnO4, potassium dichromate, and this is potassium permanganate. So let's begin with the first one, that is more salt. This is salt versus K2Cr2O7. Okay, so K2Cr2O7 is a strong oxidizing agent and oxidizes Fe2 plus to Fe3 plus. The unbalanced equation can be written as Fe2 plus Cr2O7 2 minus gives rise to Fe3 plus Cr3 plus. So this is the unbalanced equation. So we are going to balance this redox reaction step by step. So let's start officially by the official steps. Don't worry, it's easier than making Maggie. So step 1. We have step 1, write the half reactions. Writing half reactions. Write the half reactions. So here we have half reaction Fe2 plus and Fe3 plus. Fe2 plus gives rise to Fe3 plus, and here we have Cr2O7 2 minus plus gives rise to Cr3 plus. Step 1 is done. Step 2. Step 2 is balance the central atoms. Balance the central, usually metal atoms, metal bracket atoms. So we have central metal atoms. We will be writing the same thing here again. Fe2 plus gives rise to Fe3 plus, and Fe and Fe is already balanced. So let me take this one. Cr2O7 2 minus gives rise to Cr3 plus. Now here we have Cr2. So I'll write 2 here. So Cr and Cr is balanced. Oxygen we will be balancing in the next step. So we have step 3 as add H2O molecules to balance oxygen atoms and add H plus ions to balance hydrogen atoms. So first we take the oxidation half reaction, that is Fe2 plus gives rise to Fe3 plus. Then we have the reduction half reaction, that is Cr2O7 2 minus gives rise to 2Cr3 plus. Now here chromium is balanced 2 and 2. Oxygen has 7, there are 7 oxygen atoms, so in order to balance that I am going to add H2O molecules. So I'll write 7H2O. So oxygen is also balanced, oxygen 7 and oxygen 7. Now hydrogen becomes 7 into 2, that's 14. So I write plus 14 H plus. The whole reaction will be balanced now. Now here it's already balanced and we have 1 electron oxidation. Okay. So here Cr, let me take Cr as X. Here there is 2, so I write 2 here, 2x. Whenever we shift to another atom, we write plus. Oxygen now is minus 2. Why oxygen is minus 2? Very simple. See, oxygen has 6 outer electrons and wants 2 more to become stable. Okay, so it grabs 2 electrons, just like a kid grabbing chocolates, becoming minus 2. The only time oxygen is not minus 2 is in rare cases like peroxides and superoxides. Usually it will be minus 2. So we have into 7. So this won't be considered. We have 2 minus, so is equal to be minus 2. So let's solve this. 2x plus into minus minus 7 into 2 14 is equal to minus 2. 2x is equal to minus 2 will come this side. Minus 14, when it goes to the right side it becomes plus 14. So 2x is equal to, we have plus 12, x is equal to 12. 2 from the left side it goes to divide because it's in multiplication form. 2 ones are 2, 6 are, x is equal to plus 6. Writing plus is very important here. Here we won't consider it because however we do not consider this 2, it's 3 plus. Water molecule we just added over here. So let's move to the next step, that is step 4. Step 4 we write balance charges by adding electrons. So balance charges by adding electrons. I write this one here. Fe2 plus gives rise to Fe3 plus. Oxidation electrons will be written on the right side always in these type of concepts. So plus E electrons, and we write this one here. And reduction electrons will be written here. So we have 6 electrons. Reduction electrons will be written always on the left side, and oxidation electrons will be written always on the right side. So I should we copy this same 2Cr3 plus 7H2O. Okay, now we just cancel this and this just as our weekend plans gets cancelled. And we write this Fe2 plus gives rise to Fe3 plus, same thing, Cr2O7 2 minus plus 14H plus gives rise to 2Cr3 plus 7H2O. So this one will go here, so that will be into 1, and this 6 will be going here, that will be into 6. So this is the last and final step, that is step 5. Step 5 will be add 2 half reactions. So let me write add 2 half reactions. So we are going to add these both 2 reactions. First we have to multiply it. So 6 Fe2 plus, 6 into Fe2 plus will be 6 Fe2 plus plus. First we are going to write the left hand side, reactant side, then we'll write the product side. So left hand side we have 1 into Cr2O7 2 minus will be Cr2O7 2 minus, and 1 into 14H plus will be plus 14H plus. Now let's go to the right hand side, that is the product side. From here 6 into Fe3 plus is plus 6 Fe3 plus. Now here 1 into 2 plus 2 Cr3 plus plus 7 into 1 7H2O. This is going to be our final answer. Now we have the second example, that is oxalic acid versus KMnO4. Let's write the half reaction. C2O4 2 minus plus MnO4 minus gives rise to CO2 plus Mn2 plus. KMnO4 is a strong oxidizing agent and oxidizes oxalic acid to carbon dioxide. The unbalanced equation can be written like this. So let's start. Step 1. Step 1 is write half reactions. So here the half reactions will be C2O4 2 minus gives rise to CO2, that is a half oxidation reaction. And let's write another half reaction. MnO4 minus gives rise to Mn2 plus. Let us move to step 2. Step 2 is balance the central atoms. So we write this again. C2O4 2 minus gives rise to CO2. We have two atoms of carbon here, so in order to balance it, I write 2. Oxygen will be balanced in third step. Let's move to this one. MnO4 minus gives rise to Mn2 plus. Mn and Mn is balanced. Oxygen will be balanced in the third step. So let's move to the step 3. Step 3 is add H2O to balance oxygen and add H plus to balance hydrogens. So let's write this again. C2O4 minus gives rise to 2 minus gives rise to 2CO2. So now we have 4 atoms of oxygen. So I write plus 4H2O because we are adding water. So oxygen is balanced. Now hydrogen becomes 4 into 2, that's 8 hydrogen atoms. So I write plus 8H plus here. Now the reaction gets balanced. Let's move to this reaction. But before we move to the next reaction, we have to solve this. So for carbon, I take X. 2 is there here, I write it here in the multiplication form. Oxygen will be minus 2. Why minus 2? I have explained in the previous sum. Into 4 is equal to minus 2. So 2x minus 4 to the 8 is equal to minus 2. 2x is equal to minus 2. Minus 8, when it goes to the right side, it becomes plus 8. So 2x is equal to, so x is equal to 6 by 2. 2 1s are 2 3s are, we get x is equal to plus 3. So here we ignore this 2. This will, let's write x plus oxygen is minus 2 into 2. No power is there, so is equal to 0. We don't consider this one. So x plus into minus minus 2 to the 4 is equal to 0. So x is equal to plus 4. Let's take this reaction now. MnO4 minus gives rise to Mn2 plus. Here we have 4 oxygen atoms, so I write plus 4H2O. Hydrogen becomes 4 into 2 8, so I write plus 8H plus. So everything is balanced. Now I take Mn as X plus oxygen minus 2 into 4 is equal to, we have minus and no number is given, so it becomes minus 1. If nothing is given here in the power or charge, it becomes 0. If any sign is given and no number is given, it becomes 1. So let's solve this. X plus into minus minus 4 to the 8 is equal to minus 1. So x is equal to minus 1. Minus 8, when it moves to the right side, it becomes plus 8. X is equal to, we have plus 7. So here it will be plus 2 itself. Here it will be x is equal to plus 2. We can't take this one. So here, before we move to the next step, I can write this as, here we have 3 and here we have 4. So 3 minus 4 minus 3 will be 1. So I take 2 from here into 1, it becomes 2 electrons. So we have got 2 electrons as oxidation. Loss of 2 electrons takes place. Similarly, here 7 minus 2 is 5. We do not have anything here, so we directly write 5 electrons. Now we have step 4, that is balance charges by adding electrons. we will write the same thing. C2O4 2 minus gives rise to 2CO2, and how many electrons were lost? That is 2 electrons, and it will be written on the right side because it's oxidation. Now let's write MnO4 minus plus 8H plus 5 electrons were gained, so 5 electrons gives rise to Mn2 plus 4H2O. So now we perform the cancelling step, just like our weekend plans get cancelled. Then again we write the same thing. C2O4 2 minus gives rise to 2CO2, and MnO4 minus plus 8H plus, no, plus gives rise to Mn2 plus 4H2O. So this 5 goes up, so into 5, and this 2 goes down here into 2. Let's write the last and the final step. That's the fifth step. Step 5 will be add two half reactions. First we multiply here 5 into 5C2O4 2 minus. First we do the reactant side, then the product side. So here 2 into MnO4, that is 2 MnO4 minus plus 8 2s are 16 H plus gives rise to 5 2s are 10 CO2 plus we have 2 Mn2 plus 4 2s are 8 H2O. So this will be the final answer.